With Congress racing to repeal the Affordable Care Act, dozens of Missoula residents rallied at the Missoula Public Library on Sunday as part of a national call to action to defend Obamacare. Speakers urged attendees to call their congressman and hit the streets to defend the nation's embattled health insurance system. So what's your message to Congress? What would you like to see happen as a result of this?
Either they back off the repeal of the Affordable Care Act or they don't repeal it without having a replacement as good or better. Yeah, we can't afford to let 20 million people nationwide, 61,000 just on Medicaid expansion in Montana, to go without insurance.
That was Bill Geer, who organized Sunday's event. Like the others in attendance, he expressed concerns over efforts in Congress to repeal the nation's 7-year-old health care law. Republicans, including Montana Senator Steve Daines, believe that rising premiums have placed the ACA at risk of failure. They also cite reduced options under the current system.
Mr. President, today is the day when we will begin to repeal and replace Obamacare. Repealing and replacing this disastrous law is one of the top jobs that citizens elected us to get done.
Last week, in a party-line vote, the U.S. Senate took the first step in dismantling the ACA. Montana Senator Jon Tester opposed it, while Daines supported it.
The folks in this Congress who are pushing to repeal without a replacement will kick families off their health insurance, close down rural hospitals and clinics, add $9 trillion to the debt if they succeed.
Efforts to repeal without a replacement didn't go over well at Sunday's rally.
Well, I think it's unconscionable that Congress is repealing the Affordable Care Act without having something better in place. And I haven't seen anything better in place being advanced at all.
Sarah Howell with Montana Women Vote cited a recent report from the Montana Budget and Policy Center, which suggested that as many as 142,000 Montanans could lose their health insurance under a repeal. Before the ACA was established, she said, 20% of Montanans were insured. Today, that figure stands at 7%.
So over the past 5 years, and in particular the last year and a half, we've come a long way from the dark days of 2012. But if the ACA is repealed, we are going to turn around and shoot back into those dark days real fast. And the truth is that we're not just going to go back to 2012, we're going to go much further back.
Opponents of a repeal also worry about the cost to hospitals and clinics due to uncompensated care. The cost of providing health care to the uninsured could put rural hospitals out of business and ramp up the cost of insurance for others.
There's roughly 7,400 people in Missoula County that are currently covered under Medicaid. It'll affect all of their families and their friends. I know that there's many people who will have to take in family members to take care of them. The ripple effects of this will be felt everywhere throughout Montana. It'll be felt on every county, every reservation.
This is Martin Kidston reporting from Missoula.